Alrighty, welcome everyone. I would like to call to order the Kewett Fire District Board of Fire Commissioners meeting of September 12th, 2023. The time is, I think, 17:32. We're a couple minutes late. We apologize for that. Is anyone recording?
The meeting is being recorded.
Yes. Okay. Chief, do we have received any public comment, or is there any public comment in the chats?
We do not have any emails and there is nothing in the chat.
Okay. And let's see, we have minutes. I think we have 2 sets of minutes to approve today. Is that correct, Chief?
Yes.
Okay, we have minutes from the special meeting, and then we have minutes from the last meeting. Gentlemen, do you have a chance to take a look at the special meeting minutes?
Yes, I did.
Okay, do you have any issues? Are they good for you?
Yes, they were good.
Commissioner Pizzano, what are you thinking?
You're muted.
Yep, you muted, Rick.
Here we go. Can you hear me now?
And see you better. Yes, sir.
Excellent. I went through them both. I had a couple of questions on both, but I think we skipped roll call, or did I miss it?
Oh, my apologies. You're absolutely right. My bad. Roll call, present.
Commissioner Zace.
Commissioner Pizzano,
Commissioner Conley.
Chief Brown.
Deputy Chief Clark.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. My apologies, and Commissioner Pizzano, thank you for keeping me alive.
yeah. In the August 1st meeting, where Captain McNamara's remarks were addressing access for potential station locations, it's recorded as he was recorded as saying that preferable access would be 2 ways, Main Street and High Street. And I don't think those are correct. I think he was talking about Main Street and Old Oyster. But wanted to bring it up if he, I guess he's not here tonight. And then
Would be Maine and Old Oyster, but I'm not sure. I don't recall specifically what he said.
Yeah, I'd have to check the video and see the context of the comment, like as if he was saying the current location having access out the back through, say, Nickerson Lane, something like that. Not that he's suggesting that, but I'd have to check the context. So,
all right, in the August 8th meeting, where
Okay, so
we were,
Rick, hold on 1 second. So that was the only issue you have with the special meeting, right?
that's the only one I have for the August 1st meeting.
Okay, can I have a motion with regards to the argument for that meeting?
Move to accept minutes as written.
No. Sorry.
Okay, so we have to do it. It will be pending the chief's review of the video.
Oh, okay. Move to accept the minutes pending the chief's review of the minutes from the August 1st meeting to clarify Captain McNamara's remarks.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Commissioner Zace.
Conley, all in favor. So that one's done. Okay, Rick, thank you. Let's move on to the other one.
In the August 8th meeting where we were discussing the shared ambulance, the chief made a comment that the decals were in place, but the minutes reflect that he said Catuit and Mashpee. And I believe that what he said was Catuit and Sandwich.
That's certainly what I intended to say. I said something different. So, yes, we will amend that.
Okay, thank you for grabbing that, Rick. What else do you have? Anything?
That's it.
Okay,
I had something on the spelling of fire events was on the 3rd page or something. So I think it's prime events or something. So just make that. It's a little nit, but
Where was it?
the discussion of the installation of the fire events.
Oh, yes, yep, okay.
Other than that,
okay, with that,
move to accept the minutes with those changes forthcoming.
Second.
alrighty. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All in favor, it passed, so we're good there. Chief, you good?
I am good.
Okay, sir, thank you. Now, let's go. Chief, you're up.
All right. Good evening. The chief's report for September 12th, 2023. The responses for August had a total of 92 responses, one outside fire, rubbish fire. And if then you get some information on that, you know, 51 rescue and EMS calls, 3 hazardous conditions, 14 service calls, 4 good intent, 14 false alarms, 3 severe weather / natural disaster, which was during a heavy period of rain. We had some flooding going on, and then 2 special incident types. And 13% of our calls were overlapping incidents. And the overlapping incidents were on August 8th. There were 6 calls of service within a 2-hour time period related to flooding and heavy rains, 3 EMS responses and 3 flooded structures. Mutual aid was required for 1 EMS call, and all of the incidents were handled by the on-duty crew, the chief or the deputy. August 21st, on-duty crew committed to EMS call when an automatic fire alarm activation came in. The second call was handled by the standby recall crews. August 24th, on-duty crew committed to EMS call when automatic fire alarm activation came in. Second call was handled by the standby recall personnel. August 28th, ambulance 262 is in Hyannis, returning from Cape Cod Hospital. When the second medical call was dispatched, standby crew responded in engine 265. Started assessment and care patient until 262 arrived from Hyannis. Any questions on responses?
Chairman, if I might.
Yes, sir.
I just want to, the overlapping health is such a significant improvement in readability and understandability. I just want to commend you guys for implementing those changes. I know it's sort of maybe it's just buttering you up, but really, I thought that was cool.
Thank you, Deputy. He goes and reviews all of those and puts this together for the report. So, all right, thank you.
Chief, I don't have that page in front of me, but I wanted to ask, is this where you also at the bottom had listed 2 citizen complaints?
That is in the overall breakdown of the report and of the incidents. Yeah, that's like the aggregate. Is there a question on those?
I was just questioning what, if you could shed any light on what the nature of those were.
Generally speaking, they're just a neighbor calls about a neighbor doing something, or that's it's not a citizen complaint against the fire department. It's generally, those tend to be neighbor issues typically.
Right, I assumed as much, but just was asking for clarification to be sure, but I wonder whether it's worth some kind of description on that for people who might look at the document and not know that they are not directed at the fire department.
Okay. So one was a reported brush fire on Sampson's Island, or somebody complaining about somebody burning on Sampson's Island.
The other one was the neighbor's burning brush.
And the other one was, yeah, a neighbor's burning brush, which is typically, I would say, 99% of them typically involve folks complaining about smoke,
Mm-hmm.
fires, etc.
Right, but I think what the chief, what the commissioner is saying, is that maybe we can call that out specifically for what that is, so that
Absolutely.
anybody seeing it understands it's not a fire department.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool, great point, Commissioner, thank you.
All right. Any other questions on the responses?
No.
Okay. Good. Under administration, Deputy Chief Clark represented Katuitt Fire Department, the annual Barnstable Public Safety Kids Day on August 9th. Thank you very much. Chief Brown was deployed to the Maui wildfires, activated on August 10th. And went out there on the next morning. Chief Brown and DC Clark developed I got cut off. A presentation for the Civic Association combined boards meeting, and in my absence, DC Clark presented the facilities needs PowerPoint at that recent special meeting on August 15th. And then on August 22nd, DC Clark participated in Southeast Massachusetts Hurricane Preparedness Exercise on August 22nd, and that was up in Plymouth. So, any questions under administration?
I'm now receiving the ledger histories. The things from Lisa,
Oh, okay.
and I do have some questions about, well, it's important, it's not questions, it's, there's a number of categories where after 2 months of the year, we're beyond, but 2 months of expenditure, so I'm only pointing it out that you're aware of this.
Yep.
And you're on it, as to.
Yeah, so a couple of those get paid out on July 1.
Yeah, okay.
So there's
Can you illuminate which ones specifically those are? So for example, things like,
So vacation coverage is typically a big one in the first couple of months of the fiscal year because it's vacation season, it's July, August, kids are out of school. So there's typically a spike and that's typical in most vacation lines that you see a July, August spike, and then things level off. And as school vacations approach, you see these little blips come up and things of that nature. That's a fairly common trend. Holiday pay comes out in a lump sum, longevity comes out in groups as well. And then recall is also a little bit of a spike because of the call volume that is typically a small increase in the summer, even though we're typically a fairly steady pace throughout the fiscal year.
Chief, you're referring to incident permanent?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So in this report is, we're roughly 20% through the fiscal year. So this one is around 26, and then some of the others that are up in the 30s and close to 40 are ones that get paid out incrementally. So no significant anomalies there. Going through the operations lines, there's the vehicle maintenance, as you recall, was significant last year. So as soon as the fiscal year started, we sent out some vehicles to have work done on them. That was waited to be done until we had no money.
yeah, but I mean, it's not a complaint, just about.
Yeah, no, these are anomalies that regularly, or not anomalies, but these are the things that we pay attention to. Thank you.
Okay.
Chief, on that same line, under administrative expenses,
Yes.
the similar bump, is this related to the implementation of Azure?
No. There was a delay in billing for the dock fee, and so we had a dock fee that was taken out of that. So the period of docking goes across fiscal years. So it was the dock fee for both.
Great. And could I ask one more question related to this topic? Under incident permanent, what came to my mind is, I know we are providing personnel for base coverage, and is that also reflected in that line item?
No, that is, I don't know if it's showing up on this report. Yes, okay, so that would be reimbursable overtime, that would be 5147-00.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Commissioner, you good? Okay. Chief, Rick, anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay, thank you. Chief, yours again.
All right, thank you. Any other questions under administration?
Nope, good to go.
All right, technology, we've started, implementing the Azure, system so that all personnel now have individual logins for computer workstations and multi-factor authentication is in place. So there's no shared logins for computers now. And I think some of you may have been getting messages for your district email requiring multi-factor authentication. So if you have any issues with that, let me know. We also have IT services now that if it's not a quick something that I can assist you with, then we can refer you to the IT help desk to support those needs. The new VoIP telephones have been installed, the menu tree has been set up, and we have been testing the menu tree to make sure that all the messages are going to where they're supposed to be, and hopefully we'll be making a switch over to that system by the end of the month. Questions on the technology?
Nope.
Nope.
Questions?
All right, thank you. Personnel, there was the promotion swearing in ceremony on Friday, August 11th at the firehouse. You've heard us speaking of the community risk reduction program that has been really a grassroots effort from some of the personnel at the fire department. This was largely firefighter Gardner, firefighter Lee, and some support and assistance from firefighter Williamson, as well as is really the whole department. But those three folks have been instrumental in developing the reassurance program. And we anticipate that going online on October 1. There'll be some information in the Katuah Currents, as well as firefighter Gardner and firefighter Lee will be working in coordination with the library to do a roll-up presentation of that. And how the reassurance program goes is it's generally geared towards elderly or older residents and folks that have perhaps some mobility issues or not always getting out of the house. And they can sign up. The personnel will go and do a home safety check of their home, and then they can install a lockbox. And then every day between 8 and 1, they would call in to a line and just check in to say everything's okay. And then if they don't check in by the afternoon, then when we check the messages, which is also part of this new VoIP system that we've been working towards to get this mailbox system set up. The on-duty crew will contact the resident, and if they're not able to contact the resident, then that will generate the personnel going out and checking the house. And then also there's some additional emergency contact information that they have, so they'll make an attempt to find that person and contact their emergency contacts if they can't. This is based on a national reassurance program, and again, these folks get a lot of credit for really doing the research and finding something that fits in with probably one of the needs and wants of the demographic in our community. So, questions on the reassurance program?
I have one.
Yes, sir.
Would you make sure that any calls that come in through that program are added to the call report and called out specifically as part of the reinsurance program?
Yes, they are currently, we've been we've done a soft rollout and been experimenting with some of it.
Okay,
and-
so was there one in this? Yeah, I was looking at it.
Yeah, if you look at the aggregate, we created what's called a Plus One code in our system, so it rolls up to the national level reporting, but can be pulled out for our specific reports, but it is in that report.
Okay,
What's
I'm
under?
recalling from memory, reviewing it over the past few days, that it didn't occur to me, but, okay, as
Yep.
long as it's there?
Yeah,
Under service call, 500 area, it's title ratio.
Cool. Oh, I missed that, okay.
Anytime those guys go out, checking with somebody or working that project, will generate a report.
It's so infrequent that I miss it.
yeah, but it's right there, it's,
Rick, any comments here?
No, I greatly applaud the program, though. I think that it is a tremendous effort on the part of the department, and I think that it speaks well to the community.
I think we have unanimous agreement with that. We actually set a horn to celebrate that one, so I agree with the comments there, so. So here's, Chief, do me a favor, first of all, pass on my thanks to the team. The community outreach is extremely important to me, as you know, during your interview process, we talked about, talking with all the prospective, chiefs about doing something from a, community outreach point of view. So I think this is great, it's come to fruition, and I'll talk to the guys and thank them and pass on my appreciation. This is great that we got it done.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
thank you, I will certainly do that.
I think Commissioner, the guys that are running that program, Firefighter Guy, the Williams, they have a bunch of other ideas, a couple other plans that
Great.
kind of float the chief and I as
Yeah.
far as overall community outreach to the entire community. And all that is,
Well, I'd like to stay along with that. I'd be happy to have some of those conversations, continue to be part of those conversations. So that's great. Thank you. Steve, what do you got? What's next?
And then, EMS Officer Staggs represented to a fire department at Cape Heroes Day at the Cape Cod Children's Museum on September 10th, and he did presentations on CPR, signed people up, some upcoming CPR classes, and that was, representatives from a lot of Cape-wide, public safety agencies were present at that event. That's the picture there,
Great. When was that?
September 10th.
Come to the shoot, yeah.
Yep. So, any questions under personnel?
I would urge that things like that continue to be thought of as, to current submittable website, submittable when we do things like that.
Yeah.
And so forth, just because, it's great to see a picture of Casey there with the CPR
Yeah,
apparatus.
yeah,
So love to see him or anybody
yeah,
out, like this Kevin was saying, community outreach, more FaceTime, better.
yeah, yep, noted. Thank you. Apparatus and equipment, I'm sorry, was there anything else under personnel?
Nope, I think we're good with personnel. Thank you, Chief.
Apparatus and equipment, the shared ambulance has been received and it is in the firehouse. And it's currently waiting on additional licensing paperwork to be processed by the Commonwealth before it's put into service.
Great job bringing that home. So we look forward to seeing you finish off.
Yeah, thank you.
Does it have a designation? What was the number again?
275 is going to be the Katuitt number.
Okay.
And then ambulance 5 will be the sandwich number.
Thank you.
Any other questions of the apparatus and equipment?
Chief, what's the status of our new ambulance?
I don't even think we have a cabin chassis yet. It hasn't, we're in line for one, we have a contract signed for one, but they haven't built a cabin chassis yet at Ford. So there's a pending UAW strike, which doesn't bode well for us either, so. So no news.
No. Thank you.
Yeah. And
Any other questions on the apparatus?
Are all the pricing, are we insulated from further price increases? And any of the things that we're potentially just could get increased on?
no, I would say no. So, but our legal counsel reviewed the contract and I asked specifically about, and I couldn't quote it verbatim, I couldn't get you the information, but there was language in there about, excessive, unanticipated.
Increases.
Yeah, and I don't know it verbatim, but I did point it out specifically to the attorneys and they reviewed it prior to any execution of the contract and they said, yeah, that is, I don't say boilerplate, but like, yeah, standard contractual language and.
Chief, the other question I had concerning apparatus was about the breaker. Has anything changed in terms of assigning the title over to joint base?
No, that needs to go on a warrant at whenever we do another district meeting.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Nothing new to report under facilities, however, there'll be under committee reports for some additional information and pending questions, that is the fees report for this month.
Okay, great, chief. We, you all good there, guys? Any questions? Okay. Subcommittee reports.
I had no policy advisory committee meetings, and I think we're up to date on the school committee, generally speaking. Nothing.
Is ownership and transfer at this point?
I actually don't know.
Okay, well, perhaps when we go to open comments at the end of the meeting, somebody else might have some information. If that's,
Fran might.
that's, perhaps at the end of the meeting, we'll do that. Okay, Rick, do you have any subcommittee?
Bylaw committee has not had any meetings.
Okay. So the needs assessment and the work we're doing relative to the station and design work. I did talk to the Prudential Committee as well as legal and received a ruling that we cannot use the contract that was in place. So we're in the process of going out to RFP for viability and basic design. And we will be doing that. We're in the process of doing that now. I've talked to 3 different architectural firms. And they are expecting a letter from us, email from us over the next 24 hours. To list what our requirements are, and they'll be getting back to us with their response.
And was one of those, Kevin, the previous firm that had submitted something? I think it was down further on the gate.
Right, so there are 3 firms, you're referring to Catalyst as that? Yes, there are 3 firms that we will be talking to, have been talking to, Catalyst, KBA, and the last one is the Gallant Architecture Studio.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. That's where we're at, that'll go out, we expect to have responses by the end of next month.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
All right, anything else on the subcommittees? I think that pretty much hits them all, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. We have any new business, Joe? That's, no other old business that I have. No? We're good?
Yeah.
New business, any new business?
No.
Okay. Public comments. Okay, do we have anything in the chat here, chief?
There's nothing in the,
We have a waving arm.
I might have been a cat. No, it's Fran.
Yep.
Could have been a cat.
So, you wanted to ask me a question about the school committee?
Well, there's a question, my question to Commissioner Zaves has the property been transferred over to the village of Detroit at this point?
No,
Okay, so since we're having, what's that?
the deed's been written and it's now in the hands of the town attorneys.
Okay, so do we have any, do we have an expected date on that, by any chance?
Yeah, who knows?
Okay, thank you, understand completely, thank you. Appreciate the info, Fran. Do we have any other, any other questions or any other comments in the chat?
I have a comment to make. I think, it would be wise if you could take your community program and the CPR program and add them to the fire department's webpage, on the district website. I think, you could put it in the to occurrence and direct people to, go to the webpage to actually see, if there are videos on it in person, what it is. We now have on the Prudential page, we have a Katuitt School website with all the information that we have that anybody can go to and download. So I think a lot of people you can't have as much inside the Katuitt Currents as information as you would get if you put it on the website.
That's a great idea, Fran, actually. Who runs that website for us? Who's the access point?
Well, you can, who puts your minutes on for you?
Pete,
Okay. So putting minutes up, I think would be different than trying to launch or put information on a program, but either way, it's a great idea. We'll have to take a look at that.
yeah, I can do it.
If you need help, we can always call.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. Do we have any other comments on, or any other, any other comments?
No,
Okay, but anybody else?
No, there are no comments in the chat and there are no emails, sir.
Okay, with that, I think we're good. Do we have any, do we have a motion?
Move to adjourn?
Second,
All those in favor?
aye.
Finally, aye. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you joining. Thank you to our special guest staff for coming tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks all.
Thank you for the horn.
Yeah.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Thanks, guys. Anyway, have a great night. Thank you.